Come on, Kimo. Sweetheart. Come on. Kimo, look up. Kimo. Hi. Is it hot out? Yeah. It's hot already, huh? Okay. There, Gigi's going to lay down in her sunspot. Little Miss Princess on the Nile is watching over her garden, which is fine. And now we're looking over the yin yang gardens, and then the pear tree. And we'll see how good this looks. Hopefully we won't get seasick. Looking around, there's the rest of the yin yang garden. There's the cherry tree, the currants. What's currant? And there's the grapes and the gooseberries. And over here we have our 2-year-old. Don't do that, everyone will get seasick. Our 2-year-old gooseberry in the salsa garden with the tomatoes in the back and the peppers in the front. One more time. Okay, let's get closer to those lovely, lovely gooseberries. And this is the hyssop that has started to transplant itself all over the garden, which is great. And over there we can see the lovely verbena and some bee balm, and then another plant which is calendula, which also transplanted itself in a few different places over there and over here. And some of the ground cover is actually starting to creep and crawl. And then we have bachelor buttons that were very, very prolific. Oops, be careful what you're eating, Kimo. Eek. Oh, he's eating grass? Okay. And here's Kimo eating grass, if I get a picture of him without us getting seasick. The one patch of grass, he's found the one patch of grass. That actually make a nice picture next to all the yarrows. But I was coming up so we could see all those luscious, luscious gooseberries. And look, we have grapes this year. Yay! There's the grapes. And then we actually have an area that's starting to grow to make shade. Unfortunately, that's also an area where the dogs like to poop. So we have to be careful of that. In the distance, you see 2 rain barrels and then the mullein behind that little chair. And then the back of the house, and then some phlox that decided to grow. We'll walk over to it. There are phlox. And next to the phlox, because you can see the little pink flowers on the phlox, next to the phlox, there's some more bee balm that decided to grow. And then I think over here, yes, over here, next to the phlox, we have some more hyssop that decided to transplant itself, which is fine. Then you see the 2 cold frames, which are doing okay, not great, but they'll do better when it gets colder because they'll be able to retain more water. It's a drought, so I'm not watering them as much as I could. And here comes Miss Gigi again. She can stand about 5 minutes out in the sun, and then she gets hot, so she's in the shade. And that's the garden. Oh, let's see if we don't get too seasick. We're just holding this up and bringing this to the back of the garden. Here's all this mullein that grew up. And the sage. It's a sage. A few of the glorious blossoms that the bees have been loving. And our lamb's ears are now starting to blossom, so the bees are working on that. And of course we have a blossoming bee bush that the bees work on. And we have, right over here, we have our gorgeous comfrey that was flowering and the bees loved, and it's grown to a gargantuan size. And right here is the watering hole for the doggies. And they're licking each other after they water. And right over here we have our chives and some mints and some oregano and strawberries that are just starting to strawberry. And our blueberries, our first year blueberries, have teeny tiny blueberries. You can kind of see them. And then along the side of the house we have some lovely knick-knick that's finally taken root and starting to grow beautifully. Some gorgeous, gorgeous mints. That really tall plant in the middle is cilantro, and between the two mints is something called tarragon. And that's the garden in the back.